Everybody, Dave here for our weekly team call. Very exciting, busy October with treat last week. This week I've got my mom's 70th birthday and my first wedding anniversary, and then next week I'm out in Scottsdale for leadership. So crazy busy, very excited. We've also launching a new calendar, which is what we're going to spend some time talking about today, as well as a little program that I'm going to pilot to get you guys more involved with what we're doing. So I'll come to all that as we go. I've got some notes. If you're watching this in the Facebook group, there's notes. Just to make everything easy to find. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find those down in the description. So with that, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about what I need to talk about. First thing is I want you to be conscious of and check your coaches in particular, but also customers related to pumpkin spice. I've been talking about this a lot lately. Looks to me like what happened is that when pumpkin spice came out in early September, a lot of people ordered like 5 boxes of that, which is great. That was a really fun week. And last week was actually kind of a fun week too. But what happened as a result of that in certain cases is that people maybe ordered 5 boxes of it. They didn't just pause their Shakeology for September. They paused it for September and October. And some of them may have actually canceled their Shakeology, which means you're gonna need to restart them. Okay, so don't let this sneak up on you. Okay, that's what I really want you to say. This morning, I was in the back office checking, just going through, checking rank, making sure we're all good. I saw a number of people who normally would be active that were inactive. And as I go and look at their order history, sure enough, September 3rd, they ordered 5 boxes of pumpkin spice Shakeology. Now, I can't really tell with those people. Most of them are not personally sponsored, so it's difficult to kind of see what's going on. I can't tell if they paused or canceled their Shakeology order. Probably going to have to go through coach relations for that one. And in most cases, it's not having a big impact on what I'm doing, but our organization's a lot bigger. So I want to make sure you're aware of this. Look at that, okay? Make sure you're looking through that sponsorship drill down and looking at, and if you're spotting people who normally are active and they're inactive, they're projected inactive, it's probably why, okay? You can look in order history and see, but that's something I want to just, don't let this sneak up on you. Don't wait till Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. when you go and do the, let me just check real quick and see what's going on. And all of a sudden you're falling out of rank, or maybe you're in qualifications for a rank advancement and you miss a week of qualifications and you have to start that 6-week period for Star Diamond and above again, which sucks. Or obviously the quarterly bonus is another one that requires 6 consecutive weeks. So it can have an impact on a lot of different things. I just want you to be aware of it, and I want you to look at those things. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the calendar, and I need to share my screen. And if you were on the previous Zoom, I had to restart the Zoom because I had to reset my sharing permissions, and it wouldn't let me do it while I was in Zoom, so I had to close Zoom. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick, and we're going to just take a look at the calendar. So what we've done, if you missed last week's call, I would encourage you to look at that. But what we've done is coming out of the retreat is we decided that every month we're going to have this monthly calendar. We're going to do a couple of things with the monthly calendar that I want to just review a little bit and then dive in on a couple of them. The first one is that if there's a product launch, which there was, we had the work was the big product launch that came out. If there's a product launch, I'm going to let you know that there's a product launch, and we're going to have some dates, and you can expect, okay, this is coming up. If there's one next month, I'll also kind of highlight that in this calendar. The next thing is a featured product. This month we're featuring Energize, and I'm going to show you, we've got a lot of resources, some assets to help you do that. The idea behind the featured product is to really have a focus on a product. We decided to start with Energize because a lot of you are already using Energize, and you were able to give me some really helpful testimonials, just like, what's your favorite thing? And based on that, we created a different sort of theme every week. The theme this week is scientifically proven. And so if you go and look in the files section in our Fit Club Network group, you'll see there's an Instagram stories series of templates that are all sort of the testimonials you guys gave me, and then some different little scientifically proven things that'll help you talk about, what is this magic golden dust, and, why does it stain everything that it touches, and yet it makes me feel like a unicorn. So, we want to make sure that you're featuring Energize. I think what's going to happen, well, I know what's going to happen here is we're going to start to feature some products that you haven't tried yet. It's going to give you an opportunity to learn more about those. I'd love it if you would just kind of come along with us on this journey. Beachbody has a very robust catalog of products. I use a lot of them. Energize, Hydrate, Recover, Shakeology, Creatine, Collagen, and Bars are the ones that come to mind on a regular basis. And they really help me get everything I need in order to push my body the way that I really want to push my body and be able to recover from all that stuff. So we're going to introduce you to some of those things and some of the new ones, like maybe the boosts. Boosts are another one. I don't use those every day, but I do use things like Power Greens and Digestive Health when I feel like I need them. You know, if I'm getting a little bit sick, I'll definitely include some more of that stuff because I want my body to just go, okay, I have an extra layer of defense, right? But we'll get to those products when we get to those products. What I really want to talk about today is the business opportunity presentation. Excuse me. Business opportunity presentation is tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing the presentation. That will rotate, okay? So it won't be me doing it every week. Okay, I'm gonna do it this week because I've got the presentation, I've got it all ready. I know the elements of a good business opportunity presentation. I've done it a number of times, and despite the fact that it conflicts with an annual weekly thing that my wife and I do, I'm gonna take a break from that and do the biz op tonight. On the 22nd, as you can see here on the calendar, it's gonna be somebody else. I don't know exactly who yet, but it'll be somebody else. What we're then gonna do is we're gonna create a library of all those different presentations. And one of the things I really wanna talk about and show you is this Eric Worre video that I was watching the other day. And I just felt like this is part of the direction of where we need to go. So I'm gonna show you that video, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the resources that are available to help promote that business opportunity. Actually, let's do that first. I wanna talk about the resources that are available, which is probably the next thing up on my notes. I don't know why it's playing yesterday's calls, right? Resources. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys, okay? And again, this is our Fit Club Network Coaches group. If you're not in this group, please request to join the group. If you answer the questions, it'll help me filter you out. If you have coaches that need to be in the group, just add them. If I know you and you're in our group and you add somebody to the group, I don't even bother with the questions, I just add them. We have this file, the plan October, which is where you see this calendar. As we scroll down, we start to see we're gonna have, it's gonna look very similar, okay? The above bit is just me explaining to you what we're doing like I just did. We've created some really cool resources to support you with things like the product launch, also with things like Energize, our featured product, and then with the business opportunity presentation. These are landing pages and Facebook and Instagram, Facebook stories. Quick note on the Instagram, Facebook stories. Right now, there isn't great integration between Canva, which is what we're using for all this stuff, and Instagram. But what you can do is you can essentially customize these in your Canva account, and it's a free Canva account. And there's a tutorial on how to do all of that here, Dave's video tutorial. And you can leverage all of these assets. I want to show you what we did with the landing pages. So back to the Instagram stories. As you'll see in the tutorial, essentially what you're doing is you're downloading images, and then you can upload those images to Instagram and just change them however you want and publish them to your stories. Just gives you a starting point, which is really what all this stuff is. I want to show you what we did with the landing pages, because these are new, that we just put these out yesterday afternoon. The first one is one without the video. You can use that if you like. I think I like these two, which are the ones that have videos. There's two very different videos that Beachbody has to sort of introduce people to the business opportunity presentation. That's using a third-party tool is one of the most important things you can do when trying to introduce people to the business. And quite frankly, if you're serious about growing this business, this is just what you have to do, okay? I know we spent a lot of time talking about customer group or challenge groups, customer acquisition, getting people started on Shakeology, Home Direct. All of that is important. The truth of the matter is your team will not grow if you do not introduce them to the business opportunity. What we're trying to do is help you create some resources to do that, and then an easy presentation with somebody who's got some experience doing this and has been trained a little bit, we'll get to that in a minute, that will help you do that. So what these are invitation landing pages. So I'm going to show you the two different video ones that we have. The one without video is just in case, for whatever reason, you don't want to send somebody the video. I don't know why you would do that, honestly, but we put it there anyway. The two different videos, okay, there's how it works, which you should be familiar with these. Don't ever send anybody a video that you haven't watched. This is the one with everybody snapping at corporate. It switches between a lot of different people. It's kind of light, it's kind of fun. It's meant to engage people and hold their attention. Okay, the other one is invitation to coaching, and that's with Carl, and it's much more serious, is what I put here, more serious. It's Carl sitting at a table, looking the camera right in the eye. He's doing most of the talking, okay? And if I think he's actually doing all the talking. The camera's not necessarily on him. They might feature over to something else, but it's Carl introducing people to the business opportunity. How would I use these? I would use the how it works one with most people. Okay. If I had somebody who I felt like was really serious about the business side of this thing and was going to be attracted and needed to know that this is a serious business that I have been doing for the last 12 years. Okay. And has been my sole source of income for the last 9.5-ish. Okay. And it's been a pretty good source of income. I'm going to use that invitation to coaching. That's what I would use with myself. For most people, I would probably use the how it works one. So that's the one I'm going to show you. Just a quick little overview on what to do with these. Okay. So this is, again, the tutorial. It's all set up. This is what the template looks like. You click on that link, you click use template. One of the things you'll see with these templates is when, okay? I just put Tuesday at 6 p.m., okay? Because if they don't show up, you know, on Tuesday at 6 p.m., we're also going to be doing new coach orientations using this very same link. If you want to invite them specifically and say, oh, there's going to be one on the 22nd, put the date in there. You just click it, double click it and say, you know, 10/22. It's that simple, okay? Very, very simple to edit. Down here, you know, you add your name. And then I'm going to take my phone number out of it. Here's what I want to show you. This one's, I think this is kind of a cool trick. This click to message me. If you highlight this, you go up here, you click on the link. If you don't see that link, there's maybe like a drop down where, you know, you'll see more, something like that. But I see it here. So I'm going to put my Facebook Messenger. Everybody's got this link, m.me/whatever your username is on Facebook. And you can find that just by clicking your profile button and going to your timeline. And you'll see what it says after Facebook. That's your messenger. So I click apply. And I like to publish it as a website. So again, let's see more. This is all in the tutorial. And website. This one's only one page. So you could do presentation or scrolling. I just like scrolling better. I think it looks better. So what happens is we've got this thing that I can send somebody this link. There's no other stuff that they're going to get distracted by because it's not on Facebook. We're not talking about that. There's no other stuff here. It's got the video. This is the how it works video. Remember this one? Cue the snapping. Where are my snappers? There we go.
So how does this coaching thing work? It's pretty simple. Comes down to 4.
Okay, I'll let you watch that on your own if you haven't already watched it. It's a really good, I think it's a really good video. It's like just the basics of coaching, all right? A good entry level thing to get them interested on the presentation with me or whoever else is doing it. What I like about this is click to message me. This takes them to my Facebook Messenger, pops it right open. Now, maybe that's not where you want them to contact you, but it's where I want them to contact me. So that's what I used. You could use whatever you want. If you have a contact page on your website, great. If you want to put your email address, I don't recommend you put your email address with a link because it is more than likely going to open some email program that they don't use. Like I don't use the Apple email, whatever it's called, mail. I don't use that. So having that pop open is virtually useless for me. It's more of a hassle than anything else. Facebook Messenger becomes a nice little option. So you can see these are kind of the resources we created to help you guys share the business opportunity presentation that, again, happens every other Tuesday. It's the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of the week. And then what we'll do is on the 1st and 3rd, we'll do new coach orientation. New coach orientation is going to be real simple. We'll rotate who does that as well. That's basically going to be, okay, you know, you saw the intro video or some sort of other presentation. You signed up to be a coach. Doesn't matter whether they attended that business opportunity presentation. If you've got a new coach, I want them on that orientation, okay? And then we're just gonna lay out the different options for building a business here based on their goals, okay? I want people doing what they wanna do. If what they wanna do is be a discount customer, I got a plan for that. It's real simple. Here's the shop button, okay? What they wanna do is earn, you know, $500 to $1,500 a month. It's just a different plan. Okay, and so we're just going to lay out what those different plans look like and make sure people have access to the resources. So that's what's going on those Tuesday nights. So now is where I want to show you this Eric Worre video. And I saw this video and thought, and this is kind of where this idea comes from, to have multiple people do the business opportunity presentation. Sort of touched on it earlier, but what we're going to do with that is create a library of business opportunity presentations with a little description about who's doing the presenting. And so if, for example, I keep using Chris Reed as an example, but if you have somebody who, maybe was a police officer, fireman, maybe in the military, somebody like that, a guy in particular, right? Maybe they're from Texas or somewhere in that area of the world. Chris Reed's going to really be able to speak to them in a way that I'm not, in a way that, Monica or Kelly Posner or Lee Ratterman or Kerry Casterly or any of the other people who are going to help us do this is going to be able to speak to, but vice versa. If you have somebody who fits their demographic really well, that's the call you want to get them on. The first thing we got to do is build this library and build this presentation school. Okay. And I want you to watch this video with Eric Worre so you know what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to do here, and kind of what's going on. So 6.5 minutes. I'll see you shortly.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre, and today I want to talk to you about a principle in growing a network marketing business that's actually very, very important. And that is increasing the number of quality and qualified presenters in your organization. Now, I'm a huge fan and a big believer in using third-party tools whenever possible. If you can play a video and that tells the story, it's third-party, fantastic. If you can show somebody or have somebody give you their product story or whatever happens inside the group, you show them your magazine, show them the website. Anytime it's third-party, it's great. But sometimes what's necessary to expand an organization and to give it more stability is to increase the number of presenters in your organization. So here's what I mean by that. Typically in an organization, there's a few presenters. They do all the presentations. Everybody just drags bodies in front of that. They bring people to those presentations, and those people do all the talking. And those people, the amazing thing that happens when you present, and any teacher in the world will know this, the student hears it one time, the presenter hears it over and over and over and over and over. And as they say the words over and over and over, it builds their belief, it builds their confidence, it builds their self-esteem, right? It creates a bigger vision for themselves. I know that for me, learning how to be a presenter was a huge, dramatic confidence booster in my business for a number of different reasons. One, I felt ready to tell the story, whether or not I had a tool in front of me. Number two, I could help my team by telling the story for them. I could be that third party for them. Number three, there are days that I didn't feel like doing my network marketing business, but guess what? I did the presentation. By the end of the presentation, I sold myself one more time. I said, okay, what was I thinking? Why was I having a bad day? I'm all right. I'm fine because I said the words one more time. So what I want to give you as an assignment today is I want you to come up with some strategies to increase the number of presenters in your organization, people who can say the words without you around. I want you to increase the people who can tell the company story, can tell the product story, can share the compensation plan, can talk about the support system, talk about the timing in your company. Do a call to action, let people know, hey, look, now's the time to become a customer or to become a distributor, and I can help you do it, okay? Learning how to say the words. And when I first learned how to say the words, I literally modeled the top distributor in my company. I tape recorded his presentation because it was the same every single time. I wrote it down on a legal pad word for word. I recorded my voice back in to a machine to be able to listen to it 1,000 times until I had it. That's what I did. It was like learning a little one-man play, right? So I've coached people on creating presentation schools in your local markets. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. Take inventory inside your team. Ask them, who would like to learn how to do a great presentation, a great introduction, great opportunity presentation, great product presentation, a nice close that's comfortable and helps people make a decision. So, and here's what they do in those presentation schools. They'll just, take inventory. Who would like to become a presenter? Who would like to learn how to speak in front of people and share the opportunity instead of just depending on other people? You're going to get a lot of people who say, yes, me, 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 me. Pick a night of the week, Monday night, Thursday night, Wednesday night, whatever it is, and have everybody go to one person's house and then practice. And one at a time, people can get in front of the rest of the group and they can practice in a safe environment where they're not going to be embarrassed. And they can see how other people do it and they'll learn. And then a week after that, they do another piece of the presentation. A week after that, they do another piece of the presentation. Here's what I know as a fact. The most stable and growing organizations around the world in network marketing have the most presenters. They have the most quality and competent and quantity presenters. You should too. The video might be amazing, but without the presenters, without people saying the words, the belief isn't quite the same. Yes, use the third-party tools, but presenters are critical. You must create a presentation school inside of your organization. You must create a presenter farm that continues to grow up new presenters. You got to continue to take inventory within your organization and say, who'd like to be next? Who'd like to be next? Who'd like to learn how to do this? Because once you teach somebody to be a great presenter, they can go out on their own and you can drop them with a parachute any place in the world and they can build an organization because they've got the ability to tell the story in a great way. Multiply the number of presenters in your organization and you're going to see dramatic impact and dramatic results. That's our show for this week. Hope you got value.
All right, that's enough of that. So it should be pretty obvious what I'm going to ask here. Who wants to learn how to do this? Okay, who wants to learn how to give a business opportunity presentation? And I'm not talking about creating one from scratch. I'm talking about I have a business opportunity presentation that hasn't changed a whole lot other than some of the graphics we use, and it updates for things like we're going to France next second quarter of 2020. We're going to France. So that I have to update the presentation for things like that, right? But it's the same basic presentation. It has a very clear flow. It's one of the reasons I told you yesterday, I want you to be on the call tomorrow night at learnthedetails.com or live in the Facebook group, wherever you want to watch it. So you can learn how to do this, okay? And this is why. This is exactly why. We're incredibly blessed with our team. I rattled off 5 or 6 names. There's probably 20 people who can give a good business opportunity presentation on our team and who've done it quite a bit. And that's great. And I love that. And if you're one of those people and you want to brush up, I need you. Okay. I need you. I cannot do this by myself. I cannot be every Tuesday night. I just can't. I've got prior obligations. I'm canceling this week to do it, but I can't be there every Tuesday night because I need you guys to do this. And I need you guys to help me create this library of all these different diverse people where we've got an incredible resource that you can connect anybody. You got a nurse, we'll have a nurse. You have a school teacher, we got a school teacher. You know, you got a lawyer, we got a lawyer, okay? Stay-at-home mom, we got a stay-at-home mom, right? Whatever it is, I want to connect, I want to create this resource. But beyond those people, I know there's other people out there, the emerging leaders on our team who want to learn how to do this. They want to figure this out. They want to step into a leadership role. And they want to be in front of the camera and be the person giving the presentation. That's who I was, you know, and I sat and watched every week. We used to, now Eric talked about getting together, and we're not going to be getting together in the same room because we live all around the country. That's kind of a funny comment in my mind, but whatever, you know, it's a little old school. But when we used to do this, it was Wednesday nights, I think. Wednesday night, we had a fit club. After the fit club, do a business opportunity. Okay, and I must have seen Monica and then Lee and then a few other people give the business opportunity presentation 15, 20 times before I ever even gave it a shot. And I did exactly what Eric talked about. I sat there and I listened and I let them resell me on this business and go, okay, I can do that. Most of the stuff you hear me say is stuff that I heard either them say or other people over the years who give the business opportunity presentation. If I hear a really good one, I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. Okay. The way that I describe the compensation plan, the way that I tell the story about how Beachbody got started, all of that stuff is stuff that I heard other people do and then said, okay, how do I bring my own style, my own energy, my own goals, desires, whatever successes to that format. I want to show you how to do that. Okay. I want to show you how to do it. It's not rocket science. I've also, worked really closely with people like Bo Eason, who taught me how to prepare. Just taught me how to, Eric Worre used the phrase, it's like a one-man play or one-woman play. That's all it is. That's all it is. Before tonight, I will spend some time, because it's been a while since I've done it. I'll spend some time going through the slides. If there's anything I want to tweak, I'll tweak it. And by the way, these slides are for you. Make a copy, change it. Awesome. Add your story, add your team's story, add your logos. I don't care. That's not what I care about. What I care about is you succeeding. Okay. And in order for you to succeed and get to the next level, this is a skill you got to master. Okay. You're going to see my, if you're on Facebook, in the description of this call, or on YouTube in the description of the call, you'll see my messenger link, that m.me/fitclubnetwork. If you want to be a part of this and you want to learn how to do it, just message me. I'm more than happy to get you involved. I need more people to do this than we have who are capable of doing it right now. Okay. So that's what I need from you guys if you want to move your business forward. And I don't care. There's no prerequisite for this, for like who gets to be involved. I don't have a prerequisite. If you're new, cool. Guess what? New people can tell a super compelling, powerful story, because I've been doing this for 12 years, and that's why it doesn't always work when you hear it from me, because there's a lot of people who are looking for a reason to say no. They're looking for an excuse, and they look at a guy like me and they go, yeah, but this is easy for him because he's been doing it for 12 years. Well, A, that's bullshit. B, I had to learn how to do it. And then I just kept doing it and I didn't quit. Okay. And there's a compelling story that I tell around that. But if you're new and you've been in this thing for a year maybe, and you've had some success, I want you on the call, because I want them to see somebody who goes, oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, what? I'm not that different than this person. They're just like me. I'm just like them. They've had success. I could have success. And show them. Okay. We need those people to do that. It's just not something I can do on my own. I need all of us to participate here. Along the way, I can just tell you exactly what Eric Worre said, is that when I learned how to do a presentation and I had it recorded, I go back and watch them. That's one of the things I'll do later today, is I will go back and I'll watch a couple of business opportunity presentations, and I'm looking for those little keys, those little things that I rehearsed before, that I said, oh yeah, this is a great way to just phrase that, right? I'm not just going to get up there and wing it. Even today, I'm not going to get up there and wing it. I don't even know how many hundreds of times I've done this. Still not going to do that, because that's what I want to teach you how to do. And if I want to teach you how to do it, then I got to do it, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. The other thing I just want to highlight really quickly, you'll see in the link here in the information, and I'll just show it to you real quick. I think it's a fantastic resource that you can just print up. It's a link to another Eric Worre resource, Hottest Recruiting Scripts in MLM. I'm not crazy about that title, but what he does is he gives you a real simple, I'm trying to highlight that, but I can't, real simple 8-step process to invite somebody to what we're going to be doing tonight. Okay. And you can go through this real quickly, because it's not that hurry. It's not that much of a rush. I'll break it down for you. Okay. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk right now, but we have something going on tonight that I think you might be really interested in, and I think you might be really good at it, especially if they're, if this is somebody who's been in one of my challenge groups and they're crushing it, like, hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk right now. I just want to let you know, you're really crushing it in this. You're one of the most supportive people, active people. You're killing it. You've done X, Y, and Z, whatever their goals were. If they're there or they're well on their way, make sure you set that compliment. We have something going on that I'd like to invite you to. Okay. If I sent you a short 8 to 10 minute video, would you take a look at it and just consider what we're doing? What do you send? You send them this. Okay. This video is 5 minutes. Okay. Again, watch the video before you send it. It's 5 minutes. Okay. Next thing, could you watch it? Obviously the thing's tonight, but we're just getting going with this thing. There's going to be one in a couple of weeks. There'll be one every other week once we get in the flow of doing all this stuff. So if they say, yes, I would watch it. Okay. Cause you give them a chance right there. You give them the out. If I sent you this video, it's 5 minutes long, would you take a look at it? If they say no, Or they say, is this about being a coach? Because I've already seen it and I'm not interested. Cool. They saved you a ton of time. Ton of time. Easy to just say, great, you ever change your mind? You let me know. My job is to ask. Your job is to decide. Bingo. Okay? But if they say, yes, I will watch the video. Great. When do you think you'll be able to watch it? 5 minutes. No? Well, I can watch it this afternoon. Cool. That afternoon, great. I'll follow up with you at, around 4. Okay? Great. Get a time and number, right? Get them on the call. Okay? This says get off the phone. Here's why. Because you're inviting them to this business opportunity presentation. That's what you're inviting them to. There's a lot of scripts in here. What I want you to focus on is this process. Okay, so I thought that was helpful. I wanted to make sure that I shared it with you. I'm going to jump over and just see if there's questions about what's going on. Cool. Yeah, guys. So Mike, Kim, Monique, if you could message me, that just helps me mentally organize it, because I've got a lot of mental organization to do around this project. And if I just have it like all in Messenger, that helps me just organize everything. But yeah, I'm excited to have you guys do it. Again, I think, here's just a great example. Like, just looking in the Facebook comments, Mike Karpinko, again, somebody who's been around since the birth of Beachbody, really. I mean, has had just, so much experience with this company. Experienced fitness trainer, UFC guy. There's a super relatable aspect to that. Monique's kind of that new coach I was talking about, less than a year, already a diamond. Certainly has a health and fitness background that is, I don't want to say unique necessarily, but extensive, I would say. She's got me on a training program now for cycling, which is cool. We need those people, we need those people, because there's going to be, those fitness trainers. And if we had like a male and female, and somebody who's been around a long time, and somebody who's relatively new, I think it was like last November or something. It's less than a year that Monique's been a coach, and both had success. And then when you've got that personal trainer, you've got the library you can go to, and you can go, okay, well, it's a guy, so maybe Mike, it's a guy who's into jiu-jitsu or whatever. Maybe Mike is a better fit, right? But here's a personal trainer. She's a whatever, spin instructor. Monique's really into cycling, so I'm just trying to build out this library, right, and create these resources of this wide variety of different people. And I want to teach you how to do this. Okay, Eric talked about it, and I'll wrap up. But learning how to do this is a huge confidence builder, because you're never stuck in a conversation. Okay, what we're trying to do is I'm trying to make this easy for you, so that you don't have to get to a point with anybody where you're stuck, where you kind of go, and they ask you, well, how do you earn money? And you kind of go, If you learn how to do this, you'll never stumble over that, ever. Never stumble over that, because I'll teach you exactly how to do it. And this is one of those, like, wake you up at 3 a.m. and ask you how you make money, and you can rattle it off. And before you even, when you realize I'm not a burglar, the next step is, here's the question, here's the answer. You'll never stumble on these things if you learn how to do this. It's not super time consuming. It's not heavy lifting. You don't have to create graphics or film a video or any of this stuff. Well, I guess you have to film a video because you got to do the presentation on video. But there's not a lot of heavy lifting here. It's just learning how to do it. Okay, it's learning the kind of timing of it. Learning how to tell the story of Beachbody. If you can't tell the story of Beachbody, at some point, what if they ask you, well, how did this company get started? And you don't know. You don't know. Now, should you have to know that in order to be a good coach? No, I don't think so. Will you be a better coach if you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you will. You will. You just have more skills. And if you ask Jim Rohn, right? How do you get paid more? Become more valuable. How do you become more valuable? Gain more skills. I want to create this presenter school. I want to teach you guys how to do this. Okay. So that's the team call. I'll see you tonight. If you have a prospect, bring a prospect. If you don't have a prospect, show up anyway. Learn how to do this. Watch me do it. Watch me do it and learn how to do it. If you can't make it tonight, watch the recording. Okay. There we go. That's the team call for today. I'll see you guys tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, www.learnthedetails.com, which is just a Zoom call. Okay. It's just a link to a Zoom call. And I'll see you guys tonight.